You've seen their faces, quoted their lines, maybe even wondered what they were up to lately.
Don't put that thing over my face. Don't put me in the dark. I was afraid of the dark.
But the truth? They're gone. And most people didn't even realize it.
And seeing this X-ray was like, wow. Yeah. I told her I loved her, said, sweetie, you're not coming back from this.
Some passed quietly, far from the spotlight. Others were taken suddenly, long before their time. And in all cases, the news barely made a ripple. This is the revealing tribute to 10 movie stars you didn't know were dead. John Cazale's life was brilliance compressed, genius distilled into too short a span. Born in Boston to an Irish mother and Italian father, he grew from a quiet boy into a stage craftsman, carrying an intensity that electrified every role. He began on Boston stages before moving to New York, where off-Broadway productions won him Obie Awards for The Indian Wants the Bronx and The Line. His peers knew they were in the presence of rare artistry. Then came cinema, 5 films, 5 masterpieces: The Godfather, The Conversation, The Godfather Part 2, Dog Day Afternoon, The Deer Hunter, all Best Picture nominees, all enriched by Cazale's quiet gravity.
I'm your older brother, Mike, and I was stepped over. It ain't the way I wanted it. I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
As Fredo Corleone, he embodied fragile betrayal. As Sal in Dog Day Afternoon, tragic desperation. He never played a conventional lead, yet his subtlety owned the screen. In 1977, at 42, Cazale was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer. Studios wanted him cut from The Deer Hunter, but Meryl Streep, his partner, and Robert De Niro fought to keep him. Frail but resolute, he filmed every scene, his last performance seared with mortality. He died on March 12, 1978. 5 films, no missteps. Hollywood called it a tragedy. His legacy is perfection. Immortality etched in every frame. The static hum of a television once carried her voice into millions of homes. Heather O'Rourke wasn't just a child actress. She became the eerie pulse of a generation. At 5, Steven Spielberg discovered her in the MGM commissary, casting her as Carol Ann Freeling in Poltergeist. With one line,
"They're here."
She carved an indelible place in horror history. Her career soared, yet her life stayed ordinary. Between sequels and TV work, Happy Days, Webster, Fantasy Island, Heather was remembered for her sweetness and quiet intelligence. Hollywood claimed her, but never consumed her. Then came tragedy. Misdiagnosed with giardiasis, then Crohn's disease, the true culprit was congenital intestinal stenosis. And on January 31, 1988, she collapsed and went into cardiac arrest. Emergency surgery followed, but she died February 1st, just 12 years old. Her final film, Poltergeist 3, released after her passing, left audiences unaware she was already gone. Heather O'Rourke's story is brevity made eternal. No decline, no fading star, just a frozen echo, forever young, forever whispering from the static of cinema. Michael Jeter's story began in the quiet hills of Tennessee. Born in Lawrenceburg in 1952, he grew up small in stature but large in presence. At 5 feet 4 inches with a wiry frame and singular voice, he turned seeming limitation into his greatest gift, embodying the odd, the fragile, the eccentric with rare depth.
And class, we'll take a glass together. We'll take a glass.
On stage, he triumphed, winning a Tony in 1990 for Grand Hotel. Television soon embraced him, an Emmy for Evening Shade, and the love of millions of children as Mr. Noodle on Sesame Street's Elmo's World. On film, his versatility was unmatched. The Fisher King, The Green Mile, Jurassic Park 3, The Polar Express. each role infused with authenticity. Jeter lived openly with HIV, defying expectations with vigor and optimism. But in 2003, just 50 years old, he was found dead in his Hollywood Hills home, his death attributed to epilepsy complications. His ashes were scattered, with 2 films dedicated in his honor. Michael Jeter's twitchy grace and tender eccentricity still linger on screen, a reminder of a character actor whose absence often goes unnoticed, though his presence never fades. You remember him as Willard in Footloose, the loyal best friend who stole laughs with every clumsy dance step, or as Eddie Cabot in Reservoir Dogs, barking orders in Tarantino's blood-soaked debut, maybe as the weary soul in The Funeral or the gruff Clive in Rush Hour. For nearly 3 decades, Chris Penn was everywhere, recognizable, reliable, real. He was never the leading man and didn't need to be. With a burly frame, crooked grin, and working-class energy, Penn slipped into toughs, sidekicks, and wounded misfits with conviction. Audiences trusted him to bring heart even to villains, grounding wild ensembles with authenticity. A Penn by blood but an actor's actor by trade, he carved his own path apart from Sean and Michael. His range stretched from true romance in Short Cuts to video game legend as Eddie Pulaski in Grand Theft Auto: San Andreas. In 1996, he won Best Supporting Actor at Venice for The Funeral. Then the screen went quiet. On January 24, 2006, Penn was found in his Santa Monica condo, dead at 40. The cause? Cardiomyopathy, worsened by obesity and prescriptions. No scandal, just a heart that gave out too soon. His films still play, his voice still lingers. Chris Penn remains present, even in absence. It began with a fall, minor, almost laughable. On March 16, 2009, Natasha Richardson slipped during a beginner's ski lesson at Mont Tremblant in Quebec. Born into the Redgrave dynasty, daughter of Vanessa Redgrave and director Tony Richardson, she seemed immune to ordinary tragedy. She even joked about her spill, declining medical attention. But hours later came the headache. By March 18th, she was gone. An epidural hematoma, a hidden brain bleed, had claimed her at 45, leaving husband Liam Neeson, their sons Mikhail and Daniel, and the world stunned by the fragility of fate.
I was told she was brain dead. And seeing this X-ray was like, wow. Yeah. I told her I loved her, said, sweetie, you're not coming back from this.
Richardson's loss resonated beyond her lineage. She was luminous in her own right, winning a Tony Award for Cabaret in 1998, captivating Broadway with daring and emotional depth. She moved easily from Shakespeare to musicals with acclaimed turns in Anna Christie and A Streetcar Named Desire. On screen, she bewitched. The ferocity of Patty Hearst, resilience in The Handmaid's Tale, gentle wit in The Parent Trap, elegance in Made in Manhattan. Her presence radiated intelligence and warmth. Her death shocked Hollywood, but time introduced a quieter sadness. Many forget she's gone. Her work keeps her alive. Broadway once dimmed its lights, yet her legacy flickers on in every role, a reminder of life's fragility. The image endures, a towering man with a voice like thunder and a heart of gentleness. Michael Clarke Duncan is forever John Coffey in The Green Mile, a role that earned him an Oscar nomination and gave cinema a character of unforgettable tenderness.
Please, Mom. Don't put that thing over my face. Don't put me in the dark. I was afraid of the dark.
But his career reached far wider. He broke out as Bear in Armageddon, then flexed range across genres, comedy in The Whole Nine Yards, power in The Scorpion King, menace in Daredevil, wisdom in Sin City. To children, he was a voice: Kung Fu Panda, Brother Bear, Green Lantern. Each role carried the same paradox, a giant whose strength conveyed warmth. Born in Chicago, Duncan once dug ditches and guarded celebrities before acting took hold. Success never dimmed his humility. Colleagues remembered his kindness as much as his frame. In 2012, at just 54, he died after complications from a heart attack. Many still don't realize he's gone, his presence so alive in film. Michael Clarke Duncan remains proof that even giants can be gentle. Comedy in the late 20th century had an architect, and his name was Harold Ramis. Whether audiences realized it or not, his fingerprints were everywhere. He co-wrote Animal House, directed Caddyshack, and alongside Bill Murray helped build Stripes and Groundhog Day. The latter so enduring it became the cultural shorthand for déjà vu. As Egon Spengler in Ghostbusters, Ramis stepped into the spotlight, turning deadpan into a superpower and anchoring a blockbuster phenomenon. His humor carried a rare quality, empathy. Ramis didn't ridicule the awkward or the underdog. He celebrated them. His films turned everyday absurdities into joy, his scripts balancing sharp intellect with genuine kindness. Colleagues revered him not just for brilliance, but for generosity. In 2010, he was diagnosed with autoimmune inflammatory vasculitis, an aggressive and rare disorder. By February 24, 2014, it claimed him at 69 in Chicago. Hollywood mourned, but his passing slipped past many fans. His work never left the screen. Ramis's legacy is more than punchlines. It's the reminder that comedy can be kind, that laughter built on truth outlasts mortality. His films don't just replay, they endure. Immortal echoes of a man who remade humor with heart. Wait, John Hammond is dead? For many moviegoers, Richard Attenborough will always be the gentle dreamer of Jurassic Park. Cane in hand, eyes glowing as he welcomed us into a world of dinosaurs. Others recall him as Kris Kringle in Miracle on 34th Street or Big X in The Great Escape. His face was stitched so deeply into cinema that news of his death in 2014 still startles. But Attenborough's reach stretched far beyond acting. He directed Gandhi, a colossal triumph that won 8 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. His films carried weight and elegance: Cry Freedom, A Bridge Too Far, Shadowlands. Over 6 decades, he proved himself actor, director, producer, humanitarian, and advocate for the arts. Off-screen, he was just as influential. President of RADA and BAFTA, tireless philanthropist, and a peer in the House of Lords. To colleagues, he wasn't just a performer. He was cinema's statesman, proving film could inspire humanity as much as entertain it. On August 24, 2014, Attenborough passed away in London, days before his 91st birthday. No drama, just a quiet ending after a long, extraordinary life. And yet he feels present still. Each time John Hammond whispers,
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Richard Attenborough lives again. Ian Holm's journey began in Essex in 1931, the son of a psychiatrist and a nurse. Trained at RADA, and as a founding member of the Royal Shakespeare Company, he built his craft on Shakespeare's stage, winning a Tony for The Homecoming and an Olivier for King Lear. The stage gave him discipline, the screen gave him immortality. On film, he displayed quiet brilliance. He terrified as the android Ash in Alien, inspired as Coach Sam Musabini in Chariots of Fire, an Oscar-nominated role, and added gravity to Brazil and The Fifth Element. But to the world, he was Bilbo Baggins, beloved across The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Holm shunned celebrity, focusing on work, not fame. Colleagues remembered him as witty, kind, and unfailingly professional. On June 19, 2020, he died in London at 88, with Parkinson's disease shadowing his final years. Many still don't know he's gone, his performance is so alive on screen. Ian Holm's career began with Kings and ended with Hobbits, craft and endurance made eternal. Christopher Plummer always seemed eternal. To generations, he was Captain Von Trapp, stern yet tender in The Sound of Music. Decades later, he remained commanding in The Insider, Beginners, Knives Out, and All the Money in the World. At 82, he became the oldest actor to win an Oscar for Beginners, proving brilliance only deepened with age. For audiences, he felt timeless, making his death in 2021 at 91 from an ordinary fall all the more surreal. Born in Toronto in 1929, Plummer carried elegance without vanity. A Shakespearean by training, he conquered Broadway with Cyrano and Barrymore, earning 2 Tonys before cementing himself in cinema. He shifted effortlessly between blockbusters and dramas, his voice and presence elevating every frame. Colleagues praised his discipline, wit, and humanity. From the man who would be king to the girl with the dragon tattoo, he brought refinement to ensembles and power to leads. On February 5, 2021, Plummer passed peacefully at home in Connecticut, his wife Elaine Taylor at his side. The world lost him quietly, but his work remains defiantly loud, echoing across genres, a reminder that though gone, Christopher Plummer still feels immortal every time his voice fills the screen. As the house lights come up, we're left with haunting questions. What unforgettable roles might they have played? How many award speeches went undelivered? The cruel irony of cinema. We can still watch them laugh, cry, and triumph on screen, never guessing the person behind the performance is already gone. Some left during what should have been career resurgences. Others battled illnesses their most heroic characters couldn't overcome. All left behind filmographies that now play like memorial reels, their talent preserved in celluloid while their stories were cut short in reality. Rest in peace to these fallen stars. May your movies keep playing, your characters keep inspiring, and your artistry continue to be discovered by new generations of fans. Though you've taken your final bow, the magic you created remains forever in the can. Whose unexpected passing surprised you most? Share your favorite performances in the comments. If this tribute moved you, help keep their memories alive. Like, subscribe, and join us as we honor more of Hollywood's lost talents. Until next time, remember, every movie is a time capsule, and every performance is now a precious gift from someone who may no longer be here to take our applause.